Alright, so this is Mike Laro again with the Little Rock Table Tennis Club. This is some live video. It'll be posted later to YouTube for changing the rubber on a table tennis paddle. So this is live and unscripted. I haven't planned any of this. This is just how I would do it. I'm going to change the rubber on both sides of this paddle for a player at our club, and I'm just going to start. So some people recommend peeling the rubber off from like bottom to top, or left to right, or right to left. You don't really want to splinter the wood underneath, and I haven't really found a good way to do it either way. It seems like when I go from bottom to top, splinters come off. If I go from side to side, it's even worse. So for years I have been going diagonally, and I go slow. So we're just going to start. I'm just going to start at the bottom one corner and just kind of peel up with my thumb till it comes off a little bit, right? So hopefully this is coming out on the video. Right, so I can already tell that this is gripping a lot, this side. So I'm going to go over here and start on this side. Alright, this one pulls up a little bit easier, but then it stops. So I'm just going to use my thumb, and I'm just going to go from this corner to this corner of the paddle, if there are corners on a paddle. So I'm just going to go real slow. This is probably going to be the longest part of the video. Maybe the most boring. Alright, so I don't have any wood on the glue on the sponge yet, so that's good. So just a little bit at a time. Gently. Now I'm not going to reuse this rubber sheet, so I don't care if it rips. I'm not going to try to be, gentle with it. I'm just trying to be gentle with the blade, the wood underneath. So now we're just going to peel a little bit more. See, this is where you run into problems when the blade's been nicked or hit on the table or dropped and it starts to splinter. When you start to change rubber, the wood is going to pull up from underneath. So in this case, I'm just going to press down on the wood. I'm just going to try to pull a little bit, a little bit. If I had just kept ripping, then I might have see, there's a chunk right there. But it's on the edge, so it's not that big of a deal. But one way you can stop that is have more control of your paddle and don't hit the table. I see a lot of players that paddle flies out of their hand and hits the floor or hits the table numerous times. Come on, people. Learn to control your paddle. These aren't cheap. This particular paddle, it's around $100. This blade, the blade itself. The rubber sheets, these particular rubber sheets run anywhere between 40 and 50. Alright, so I'm going to look around the edge and see here if there's any cracks or divots. I don't see any, so I'm just going to continue to go diagonally, a little bit at a time. When you do the edges, be a little bit more careful, because if it's splintered, it could pull off pretty quick. And then you're going to have to use wood filler. Or just don't do anything. Alright. So I'm getting to the end, and I'm just going to be real gentle and just kind of let it pull a little bit. Let it pop off. Alright, this goes in the trash. Now I'm going to look for residue on the blade. I'm just going to run my finger across it, and I'm just going to kind of pull off with my thumb some of the big chunks of glue. There's not a whole lot, but I'll just do it on the table here, and you can see what's coming off. Maybe not. There's not a whole lot. So if this blade was sealed beforehand, it makes the rubber removal a little easier. It may have been sealed, I don't know. Mine come off a little bit easier than this, and my blades are sealed with just a water-based lacquer. This one doesn't look like it's been sealed. So now this is the part where you just pick glue off the blade. There's nothing fancy about it. You just use your thumb, pick glue off the blade. Alright. What do you do on a Saturday night? like to sit around and change rubber on paddles while my clothes wash. I did have a good workout and I had a good dinner. Now I'm just waiting for my muscles to grow while I do these paddles. Alright, so most of this is, I'm going to rub my fingers on it back and forth a few times and see if anything comes off, and I'm getting a little bit of residue. I like to have it nice and smooth. I don't want to be gluing over extra glue on the blade. So see, there's more stuff coming off here. This is where you could get a splinter. I've gotten them before, but not usually. Alright. So you can speed this up by using a couple tools. Let me go in the toolbox and grab. This is just like a, it's not really a Brillo pad, I don't know what you call it. It's like an SOS pad. It's kind of rough. I'm just going to sand. I'm not going to do the edges so much. I'm just going to do the middle, outer part. Maybe a little bit of this right lightly. Alright. Now let me feel. That's much better. Alright. So I like to do this. Just sort of massage the ends and the rubber will come off. If you're going to get a splinter, maybe you want to do this with your non-playing hand. That would be smart. I'm sure there are other ways to do this. Maybe some of them more efficient and better, but this is what I use, and I do have success. So your miles may vary. Alright. I'm not going to go around the whole blade, but this is basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this pad. I may use a little bit of some 250 sandpaper. What is this? 150. I may use 150 sandpaper on this. There's a piece here that is exposed, and I don't know what to do with that right now. So I want to look at it a little more. So let's go ahead and take the other side of the rubber off. I'm just going to start at one side and pull diagonally. I don't see any splinters around the edges, so it should come off pretty easily. Yep, this one's good. The other one maybe just had a little bit more glue. So edges look good. This will come off pretty quick. I'm just going to be real easy when I get to the edge. Alright, so you can see on here there are no splinters. I mean, this looks clean as far as removal, and then that's gonna get thrown away. Alright, and then the same thing. I'm going to run my hand over here. I'm going to get all this clear. I'm going to use this pad and maybe some sandpaper. I'm going to have it all smooth. I may sand down the sides. So in the next video, we're going to come back. We're actually going to take some glue and we're going to adhere the rubber sheet to the paddle. Alright. That's all for this video. Yeah, there's the glue that came off of the paddle. I'm just going to clean this up and not do it on the video though. Alright, that's the end of this video.